Okay, we are live now. This is great. It took us, a few minutes with just some audio issues, but to be expected with the full moon, lunar eclipse, and Mercury retrograde energy. So, hello, my name is Amanda. I'm the event coordinator with Spiritual Niagara, and we are just coming in here live to the Spiritual Niagara community group this evening to talk about energy work, energy clearing, energy healing. We have an event coming up on Sunday, May 29th. Starts at 1:30, and it's called Oh, the Spaces You Can Go To. And it's a online distant energy healing session. We have 5 different practitioners, and they all have different modalities, and they're going to be able to provide energy healing through this online platform that we are going to provide. So we are going to be bringing on 3 of the women who will be practitioners that afternoon. And we're going to talk to them a bit about energy work and what it is they offer and why you would want a session, how you would benefit from it, how you can prepare for it. So I'm really excited. So thank you for tuning in and for joining us. And without further delay, we're going to begin with the introduction of Reverend Cindilee of Four Winds, All My Relations. And she's going to pop in here and we're going to talk more to her about the energy work that she does.
Good evening, Amanda. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome, Cindilee.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. So please, thank you for joining us on Sunday and here again this evening. So please tell us a bit about yourself, your business, and the services you offer.
So I've been in the Niagara region my whole entire life, and some might know me from years ago practicing. I took a bit of a sabbatical of 13 years. So I'm with my business called Four Winds, All My Relations. And so the healing work that I do is it's a multitude of very different healing energies. I've been able to work in so many fields for over 30 years. And so the healing work is just so important because the way I work with healing is, the healing is coming through to us as an individual. So when you seek a session in distance healing, we know distance healing is able to unfold the intentions there. We work in the highest and best. And so the healing that I would be providing those days that we have scheduled in, which is coming up in a few weeks on this Sunday, as Amanda mentioned, is to provide the client to have an opportunity, Amanda, just to relax during that 20 minutes. And quite often when I do healing work, if it's distantly or not distantly, I will be able to share with the client any, observations or understandings that may come along with that. People usually feel very relaxed, and the healing seems to be exactly what's needed. The healing, it has an intelligence. It moves throughout the body and to where it needs to be in the best and highest for that individual. Because we know that that spirit within ourselves knows this and knows that that's where the healing needs to be. If it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, I will be working in the way of hands-on healing or distance healing, more Yasui Reiki, could be Shambhala, could be multidimensional, could be seven-facet. There's just different modalities that I do, but I just trust that as it moves through, it will be exactly what one needs at the time of that healing.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you for explaining that. And how can they prepare for it?
Preparation for a healing, I would say for those that were coming to sit with me, is just to, prepare yourself about 15, like 5 minute beforehand, and just to, get yourself into that state of stillness. One can lie down, or they can sit in a chair. I tend to encourage people to lie down because quite often people do may even fall asleep during that healing session. I do work as if the person was here. So I will begin working from the head and moving down through the body to the toes. And it will be as if the client was physically with me. And within that capacity, that sacred vessel, that sacred circle of doing the healing work, that's where I'm seeing them as if they were really here. So most clients, just to have them to lie down, prepare, drink, water's encouraged afterwards, because we do go through a little bit of water's always good. It helps clear the body, and it allows that healing to even amplify throughout the body as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Also, so besides energy clearing, what other services do you offer that you'd like to tell us about?
I'm a metaphysical minister. I've been officiating weddings since last year, so I have a number of weddings this year. I am also a traditional grandmother, so I work in a traditional capacity as a Anishinaabe Melanesi woman. So I do offer traditional work. I also do work in education as well, so I'm also an educator in community. There's a number of things that I do. I do spiritual readings based on more of a mediumship level of understanding, but in our way it's called seeing, and that's a really sacred work to do, working with the loved ones, as well as being able to look at um, looking at people's, I guess, the template or blueprint or the agreement, just to be able to give guidance in a reading to what is upcoming, and if we're moving along that path, and then what is could be unfolding, right? So those are some of the works I've been doing since 1997, 1992. But as I said, I was on a sabbatical for 13 years in community. So, and that was a rested time for me to be able to do some other type of deeper healing work within the community. So,
Yeah, that's wonderful. So I appreciate you joining us this evening and explaining, about the session and what it is you do. So if you'd like to book a session with Cindilee, you can go right onto our website, onto the Facebook page, and just book the time slot that is still available and preferred. And then you and her will meet in. We'll put you in your own private Zoom room, and you'll have your 20 minutes of an energy healing session. So thank you very much, Cindilee.
you're welcome.
We will see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay. So why would one want an energy clearing or healing session? So just based on the concept of we are all energy, everything is that energy, the frequencies, the vibrations, and we will be attracting certain frequencies and energies. We will be affected. We will hold on to some. So it's helpful to have it just kind of cleared. It's just like a neutralizing our aura and the energy around us so that we can be more clear-minded and more at peace if we're starting to feel a brain fog and just unclarity in situations. So it's always beneficial if you haven't ever experienced anything like Reiki or Aqua Lead, Keldon, and there's so many different ones, and we're going to learn about a couple more now. So we're going to bring in Margaret Sample of Spirited Insight, and she is our next practitioner, and she will be joining us on Sunday, May 29th. So we will please welcome Margaret. We just have to unmute her. There we go. Welcome, Margaret. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So let's get right into it. Please tell us a bit about yourself and the services that you offer.
It was so interesting listening to Cindilee. It's like so much of it resonates. So I do energy healing. I've been only working distance for the past 2.5 years, although I've done distance healing in the past. And I feel that as healers, we are the conduit for the healing energy so that every client draws what they need from God or the universe, and it comes through, and we help to focus it and amplify it possibly. I do Reiki-based healing. So I was attuned back in the 90s and have been doing energy healing work since then. I started off doing purely Reiki, but as over time, I've had guidance to add additional things so that now when I'm working, I do a lot of sound healing in my work. So that sometimes I use my crystal bowl, my Tibetan brass bowl, rattles, rain sticks, drums. My voice I use a lot. I do a lot of inspired chanting and singing. And it all depends on what the client needs, so that I go into a session open and prepared for what is going to transpire. And it goes from there. So it's always a little different. It's always interesting to see what happens. But what I find always happens is people find a sense of peace, relaxation. I've had a number of clients with anxiety who have felt greatly relieved afterwards. And the healing addresses all four levels. So physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So it can help with any of these things. And yeah, I think that's sort of a capsule.
Yeah, that sounds great. That describes, what they would expect and why, and kind of what they could receive afterwards. So how would you suggest they prepare for your session? Do you need them lying down, on or off video?
Same, in that I encourage people to be very comfortable. So either lying down or in a chair where they can relax completely, close their eyes. Once the session starts, they don't need to look at their video. They can have it on, but that's not an issue. But I do also find that people get very relaxed. Sometimes they go on small journeys, and so it's very good to be lying down. I often recommend to have a sweater or a blanket because our body temperature can sometimes drop when we're having energy work done, or it can also rise, but I mean, it's easier to take a blanket off. And I should mention that energy doesn't know space or time. There are no confines that way. So it works in person or distance the same.
I'm glad you touched on that, because for people who maybe haven't had a session, having a remote session, like what, can they possibly experience?
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I have clients who have started during COVID, so I haven't seen them in person, and many of my clients before that who I was doing distance work with, I had met at least once in person. But I have clients who've never met in person, and they've been very, very pleased with their results. There are some testimonials on the website, but I mean, it's like it works.
It does, yeah. Oh, that's great. So yes, if you wanted to know more about that, go to Margaret's website, and you can also book with her directly on the website or the event page. So for your session, your sound healing energy session with Margaret on Sunday, May 29th. So thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, Reiki based. So there we go.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, Margaret. Have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you as well. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is getting exciting. Again, if you've never had one, even remotely, I've had clients and even myself personally experience, like you feel the energy coming from the video. There's even this lady I follow on TikTok, and she does energy work like right from the screen. And I really I feel it coming at me, and I feel even clearer afterwards. So maybe that wasn't like a great example, but it works. So we're going to introduce the third lady that we have joining us this evening. So we do have 5 at the event, but we do have the beautiful 3 here with us tonight. So you will get to meet the other 2 beforehand. So I'd like to bring in Alison Bastarache when she's ready. We have Margaret again. Hello. Okay, so we have Alison will be joining us.
How do I unmute?
There you are.
Alison. Hey, how do I follow those 2? Amazing. Everybody's amazing. Everybody's amazing. And I have had sessions from Margaret, and they're wonderful. So totally recommend that.
I've also been a part of your group energy healing, and that was really fantastic as well, a meditation that you had done. So give yourself a bit, and let's talk about you.
Yeah. So my company I call Enhancement Energy Healing. And I believe no matter where you are in your healing journey, you can always do something to enhance your well-being and your physical health. So, I also, my base modality is Usui Reiki, and I've been a Reiki master for several years, and I teach. The Usui Reiki has the hands-on component, but it also has a long-distance component. And I found that for me during COVID, I also had to switch to long distance, and I actually found that I could get out of the distraction of having the person in front of me, because I like to talk and my clients like to talk, and sometimes that's what they need for healing. They just need someone to talk to. that's not entangled in their issues. But I found that I can actually direct the energy more clearly and more strongly without having them in front of me. So it's been very, very powerful. I have had a lot of success with it. I tend to work with clients that have, autoimmune disease. I support people that are going through cancer treatment or through surgeries, through post-op, preparing for the surgeries ahead of time. I use crystal grids. I also have a shamanic Reiki practitioner certificate. So I bring in, like Margaret was talking about, I bring in some drums and some rattles and the ancestors and the elements and the animals. I love to work with the animals. Often during a session with me, I will receive messages. I don't directly do mediumship, but it just happens naturally with some clients if that's what they need. It's always unique for every client. So I can't tell you ahead of time exactly what you'll get, but you'll get what you need. It could include oracle cards. It could include messages from spirit. It can include guidance, sound, all kinds of different things. So it's very intuitive, and I work by guidance.
Well, and that's what I love, honestly, about a good healing practitioner is that it's their own unique modality, right? Based on all their experiences and everything they have, kind of what you get. So thank you for sharing, an example of that. And what can they expect how can they expect to feel afterwards or even during the benefits of it?
Lighter. Often we start with a little bit of a discussion. People will come usually with a physical illness that they haven't found any relief for, trying other methods, and they're searching for something else. So being able to actually speak and get it off your chest, there's an energy lightness that happens when you can purge things that you maybe can't say to family or friends, that you can say to a compassionate listener. I'm a very good listener, and I don't judge. I just let whatever comes out roll, and I hold space for the person so that they can express themselves. So I think you'd feel lighter. We can balance your chakras depending on what your energy system. If your energy's out of balance, we'll bring your energy back into alignment and balance it. So you feel lighter, more energetic, clearer sense of knowing. It can help open your intuition or help you reconnect to your intuition, because we all have it. We just sometimes we forget what our gifts are. So we can also move pain, often move pain and blockages that are happening that are causing some distress.
Absolutely. The body, mind, soul, right? It really helps all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, thank you very much. And just on your way out, tell us what other services that you provide and offer.
Well, as we were saying earlier, guided meditations. I like to gather in circle. I like ceremony, full moon. We did a full moon ceremony last night. I was doing them on Zoom all through distance. Last night was the first in person. I'm in Vineland, so I'm hoping over the summer. I've got a mini retreat coming up, so I like groups. I like groups in person. I can do card readings. I can pretty much do anything. Anybody asks, I would try. So,
Well, that's wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us on Sunday, May 29th.
Thank you.
So you can book with Alison by going on the website or the event page and the available time spots and have a Reiki healing session with Alison. So thank you again for joining us. You can check out her Niagara profile as well for more information. So we will see you again then. Thank you, Alison.
Thank you.
And she had touched on the full moon was last night. So in and around 2 weeks when we'll be having this event, we'll be at the new moon close to. So that will be an opportunity to bring things in. So even the timing of it, like let's clear your energy. Let's reset and neutralize everything around you. So starting with that new moon, especially after what we've just been through, this transformation period between the eclipse season, right? So we have the solar eclipse, and then the lunar eclipse, and then Mercury's in retrograde. So we'll be kind of just clearing up all of that energy and then starting again into whatever phase of being that you're in. So it's a very exciting time. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you to our ladies for being here to talk about their services and to join us on Sunday, May 29th. for the event. I want to thank Bradley, our tech whisperer. Without him, we wouldn't be here doing this in front of you all. So thank you, Bradley, and to Kathy, the chief visionary of Spiritual Niagara. Again, we wouldn't be here without her. And if you are a local or holistic practitioner in the area looking for a community of like-minded people to kind of help you get your business up and running or to like further enhance, we are here for you. On our website, we have a join us page. And as well as all our practitioners are on there. All of our members, you can find out more about them, what they offer, and really see if you connect to them through the website. That's what it's there for. So we are here to direct you there so you can see them. And then everyone's just happy and feeling better. So that is it for me for now. We will be back in a bit. I'm not sure when yet, but stay tuned. We'll meet the other two ladies and talk more about it. So go to the website or event page to book your spot, and take care, everyone. Peace out.